In a few weeks, my daughter is moving 15 hours away. So, of course, I'm going to help her move. We're going to drive the 15 hours. I'm going to stay a couple days, and then I'm just going to fly home. And I've been thinking about this a lot lately because while I'm grateful that I can actually help her move, I can only stay a few days. And certainly not because I don't want to stay longer, it's just because I can't because of my job. And I think that realization hit me a lot harder than I expected. Because the older that I get, I'm starting to realize that it's not that I want more stuff, it's that I want more options. I want the freedom to be able to stay with her a little bit longer. And I want the ability to say yes when my family needs me, right? My mom was just in the hospital for a couple days. And I think when you hit 50, things are just different. And especially being a woman, because you want to try to be there for everyone, right? And it's virtually impossible when you work full time. So I want more control over my time. And that's one of the reasons why I started to become interested in building an online business. Not because I want to get rich, not because I hate my job. It's because I want more options in the next chapter of my life. So if you are a woman over 50, who's been wondering and maybe even thinking about starting an online business, then this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through some of the best business models that I feel are best for people over 50, the good, the bad, the realistic, and the ones that I personally believe offer the most opportunity without sucking the life out of you like a job. And of course, I don't mean to, this isn't like a job bashing by any means, but if you're like me, and you put in 25, 30 years in corporate America, and you're burned out like me, you're exhausted like me, you just want something new. You want some options. You want to know what's out there to help you fund your retirement, and maybe even help you to retire sooner than you thought. So before we look into the specific business models, let's talk about what actually matters for people our age. Because at 25, obviously your priorities are so much different than at 55. Most of us at our age, we're not looking to build another stressful full-time job. We're looking for something that offers flexibility, leverage, stability, income potential, and maybe just a little bit of freedom and a little bit of control. Control of your time, control of your income. How about for once you dictate how much you can make instead of someone else? That's what I was looking for. But we have to be realistic. Not all of us, including myself, can just quit a job and just start something new. I have 3 kids in college. Need I say more, right? I still have a mortgage and other bills and medical bills. You get it. So I wanted something that I could do, build in the evenings and weekends while I still kept my job. So every business that I talk about is being evaluated through that model. Not what's trending, not what's flashing, but what is practical for someone that works full-time. Their time outside of their job is being pulled in a million different directions, but something you can actually build in your spare time without feeling completely overwhelmed doing so. So the first business model is freelancing, and this can include anything like virtual assistants, bookkeeping, writing, graphic design, social media management, consulting, many other services. The advantage is that you can often get paid relatively quickly. The downside is that you're largely trading your time for money. So when you stop working, the income also stops too. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with freelancing, and many women create excellent incomes this way. But personally, I wanted something that had more potential to grow without requiring more and more hours. The second business model that I have is coaching. And this has become very popular, and for good reason, because people over 50 have decades of life experience and work experience, business knowledge, leadership experience, and people will actually pay for your knowledge if it helps them get to their ultimate goal faster. The challenge is that what a lot of people do is do that one-on-one coaching, and it can become heavily dependent on your personal time. So every new client often requires additional hours. And again, it's a great high-paying business model, but it wasn't exactly what I was personally looking for. But this can create an incredible extra income stream if you find the right niche and obviously get your clients too. So this is definitely something I would not rule out by any means. Third business model is building and selling online courses, and this allows you to package your knowledge into a product. So instead of coaching one person at a time, you can actually teach many people at the same time. Now, this is powerful, but the downside is creating a course can be a lot of work if you've never done this before, because you have to plan it and record it and build it, market it, sell it, and then obviously support it. And for a lot of people, this is a fantastic option. And in fact, this is something that once you know how to market, this is definitely something that I recommend people do down the line, because this is where you have the ultimate control. But unfortunately, when you're brand new and you've never done anything online before, many people, especially over 50, get stuck because they spend months trying to create something before they ever learn how to actually market it. Business model number 4 is membership communities. Now, this is something that I absolutely love, because this is a way that you can create recurring revenue. So members pay monthly or yearly for continued access to training, support, community, your expertise. And this is a very powerful business model. The challenge is building a membership from scratch. It requires obviously an audience, content, marketing skills, system. And again, this is an incredible business model. And this is something that I recommend you do in the future, but it's definitely not something that you should start with when you're starting brand new online, unless you already know what to do. And a great membership community, in the event you are ready to start, you can go to a website called skool.com. It's SKOOL, and you could start your own community for $7 a month. Now, what a lot of people do, they go on Facebook and create a Facebook group. But the problem with that is Facebook can close your group at any time. So I highly recommend that you start with Skool if you're ready to go down this path. But if you're brand new, again, this could be something that is a little difficult, but definitely something I recommend. Next business model that we have is digital marketing and licensing business. And this is the model that actually captured my attention. And because it combines several things that I was looking for, because I didn't have to create anything from scratch. You can learn marketing, you can learn content creation, you can learn how to build an audience, and you can learn, most importantly, how online business works while having access to products, systems, and mentorship that already exists. And what I liked the most was I wasn't just learning how to promote one thing. I was learning business skills, marketing skills, content skills, email marketing, how to build an audience, skills that create opportunities long after one business model changes. And for me, that was incredibly valuable. Because the reality is, when we first started online business, we all start from zero. And if you don't know how to build an audience or create content that produces sales for whatever you're selling, you're not going to make any money. And something else that you need to look out for is there are a million courses out there. You want to find a system that teaches you simple marketing strategies. We want this to be simple. We don't want this to consume your free time, because if you're over 50 like me, you're already tired. You're already working a full-time job, and you're already spread in a million different directions. So I was looking for something that was simple, that told me what to do every single day. And if you're busy, exhausted like me, maybe that's what you're looking for too. And one thing that I've recently discovered was the real asset isn't actually the business. The real asset is the skill set that you're going to be developing, because skills can create opportunities that you had no idea were out there. So if you learn simple things like how to create content and marketing, how to build an audience and sales, those skills can be applied in countless ways for years. And that's one of the biggest reasons I'm investing time into learning them now. Now, let me clarify. When I say the word sales, I'm not saying that you're going to become online and be someone that has to convince people, right? That's not what this is about. We're going to teach you how to sell without actually selling, and that's what I love. So if we haven't met yet, my name is Kim, and on this channel, I help women over 50 create more freedom, more options, and more control over their future by building an online business. Not because I believe that building a business is easy, and not because I think everyone should just get up and quit their job, but because I believe more women deserve more choices than simply hoping that one paycheck lasts forever. And I'm documenting this journey in real time. The wins, the lessons, the mistakes, and everything I'm learning along the way. So instead of asking, how can I make money online? The better question is, what skills can I learn that create options for the rest of my life? And that question changed everything for me, because suddenly I stopped chasing opportunities and I started building skill sets that were going to last me forever. And that's a completely different mindset. If you are interested in learning more about the business model that I'm building and the skills that I'm learning, I have a free resource for you. It's called the Freedom Formula Blueprint. And inside, you're going to see the framework that is helping me understand how content, marketing, digital products, and multiple income streams fit together. And you can grab it using the link in the description below in this video. And if there's one thing I hope you take away from this video, it's this. You are not starting over after 50. You're starting with decades of experience. And the goal isn't to build the perfect business overnight. The goal is simply to create more options, more freedom, more control, and more opportunities for the people that matter the most. And for me, this is exactly why I'm building an online business. Because for someone that has been laid off twice in the last 10 years, you better believe I'm petrified it's going to happen again, which is why I have no choice but to look at other options. And if you are also terrified, or maybe you've experienced ageism in the workplace, you need to have other options too. And there's nothing wrong with us being over 50 and starting something new. Because one of these days, very soon, when one of my daughters needs me, I would love to be able to say, how long do you want me to stay? Instead of, I need to go back to work. If that resonates with you, subscribe, join me on this journey, and let me know in the comments, out of all the business models that we reviewed in this video, let me know which one interests you most. And of course, let me know what questions you have. Don't forget to subscribe, get the free blueprint, and I'll see you in the next video.